be okay, Max. It'll be okay. UFC 326 forecast report is here. 6 picks correct again this week. And the best is still blessed, but you got to be the best to get past them now. Charles Oliveira is the new BMF. And yeah, 6 picks correct. I was on Max Blessed Holloway as a lock of the week. His striking couldn't hold up. He got taken down quite a few times. I did not think he would get taken down like that. If you watch my underdog fantasy video there, not a good parlay. I had a 5X parlay, Max Holloway, KO, under 1.5 takedowns. Not even fucking close. And under 47.5 significant strikes for Charles Dubronx Oliveira. Now, Oliveira won every second of this fight pretty well. Unanimous decision in this one, 5-round fight. All 3 judges had it 50-45. He had 5 takedowns out of 13 attempts, 20 minutes control time, significant strikes, 50. So we just went over 47.5. Credit to Charles Dubronx Oliveira in this one. Credit to Prelim Tim, AJ. I do believe they were on the Charles Oliveira side. Maybe not AJ. I do believe Prelim Tim had Charles Dubronx Oliveira. He loved the pick. Unfortunately, I was on the other side. Now, me and Prelim Tim disagreed on one other fight, and I had to do a pants beer. A pop pants bet is what we called it. A pants pop bet officially is what it was called. I have to put a pop or a beer in my pants. It's cold in Canada, so I'm headed to the bathtub after this show. Check out some short videos coming up. Stay forecasted. 6 picks correct. Sent to the Shadow Realm first on this event. First fight of the night is where it all started. Was Rodolfo Bellato. He got it done here, and he was my Zodiac pick and my official pick this week. Plus 185 underdog. Got it done. Not going to lie, at the start of this fight, Luke Fernandez looked pretty good. Striking was really winning him the fight. Bellato had not much to offer. Bellato ended up finding a counter shot in this fight out of nowhere and knocked out Luke Fernandez, sent him to the Shadow Realm. He wasn't knocked out as bad as some other fighters on this card, like Bruno Fienda. He was knocked out worse. And he was my most confident underdog this week. I thought he would get the win again in a rematch fight. First time he won in round 1 by KO. Next time, RoboCop goes out there and knocks him out pretty bad round 1, like we all seen. Didn't expect that. I thought the Hulk would win round 2 KO this time and still get the win. Unfortunately, we might have to see a third fight between those 2 guys. They're going to be in the UFC for a while, and I wouldn't even be shocked if we see Bruno Fienda and RoboCop for a third time down the road here. Like I said, he was my dog of the week, most confident underdog. The underdogs for me have not been barking. It's unfortunate, but we got to go right back to work, try to stay confident. It is what it is. We got caught round 1 there. And Michael Johnson got caught round 2. And on Twitter, someone said he was going to get knocked out round 2. Someone had his nephew hostage. I seen that on Twitter. Now, Dober won in round 2 by KO. Now, I was sensing that just looking at the odds. I kind of suspected that Dober was going to go out there round 2 and land that shot. I actually parlayed Drew Dober KO in this fight here, just on a small parlay. I said I wasn't going to bet it. But the reason why I did was because of the goddamn line movement. We had Michael Johnson as a slight favorite on the Prop Fiend show Friday versus Prelim Tim, who was on Drew Dober plus 100 fight day. Drew Dober just continues to grow as a favorite. Some bookies took the fuck off. That's sketchy stuff now. Maybe rumors were true. Maybe they weren't true. Dober got it done either way. And I'm damn fucking sad because I'm going to the bathtub to do a pants pop bet. And Prelim Tim beat me again. And he's probably going to beat me again next time. So stay forecasted. We're going to do another shoey bet, pants pop bet in the near future. Fight Fiend needs to get some revenge. We got 2 fighters sent to the Shadow Realm. Luckily, we were able to cash in on Gelato. Gelato was the only thing able to save us really on this event, the locks of the week did not perform. 2 out of 3 did, but Max Holloway was a lock for me, and unfortunately, we did not get the best performance from him. Now, stay tuned for this pants pop bet. I'm headed to the bathtub and putting a pop in my pants. Then I'm going to shower immediately after. Congrats to Prelim Tim, but I wish there was no sketchy line movement on this one. Definitely some sketchy line movement on this one. I could probably do a whole video about this fight and the line movement alone, and bookies pulling the fight before it happened. Hours before the fight, it was getting pulled on a lot of books. So I could do a whole video on this fight and then show you my pants pop bet that I'm about to do. Prop Fiends live each and every event. If you want to stay forecasted and hear the 3 props from Fight Fiend and special guests, we're live each and every Friday. Much appreciation staying forecasted. We here and we will be here each and every event. Having a bunch of fun. Now, this event wasn't really a bunch of fun looking at it as a whole. We had 4 finishes. BMF Fight Week, 4 finish wins. Didn't live up to the hype, in my opinion. We had 8 out of 12 decisions. Kind of a snooze fest. There was times during this card I was starting to fall asleep, starting to not tune in. And that's unfortunate. It's BMF Fight Week. I expected a lot more from this event. 8 for 12. Some of the names on the event really aren't the baddest motherfuckers out there, so definitely not the best event, I will say. But we do got a new BMF, Charles Dubronx Oliveira, and we're going to shout out in the live chat, we game all night, went 6 for 6 and hit a parlay. So I went 6 for 12 on picks. You went 6 for 6 on a parlay? Hell fucking yeah, dude. We game all night is getting that money all night, every event. Shout out to you. I'd love to see those 6 fighters that you took on that one and the odds. I'm sure it was good on this event. 8 decisions. Playing the outcomes on these fights weren't easy for me. I had a couple decisions picked on the full card prediction to show, but near the end of the event, I thought the main event, Oliveira and Holloway, would end via finish. I knew Rosas Jr. and Kyle Bahio were likely to win that by a decision. But I maybe would have expected to finish with Cody Garbrandt. We just seen a bunch of kicks to the groin and then Cody throw up. And then a weird decision. It was kind of boring for a prelim headliner. In that type of spot where Cody Garbrandt and Shai Long replace, I just expect a little bit more action, maybe a finish in that spot. Now, even Dante Johnson and Cody Brundage was a snooze fest split decision. Dante is a fighter we need to be aware of moving forward, I think. I can't bet on him moving forward. I think we can make money betting against him moving forward. He looked like shit. And I don't like how cocky he was going into the fight, going down the fucking aisle, all hyped up, just giving me some weird vibes. He was really cocky, goes out there and underperforms as a huge betting favorite. When he was doing his Vaseline and stuff, he was taking so long, like super cocky and into it. Maybe it was the energy. He was feeling the crowd in the arena, but you got to be a little bit quicker to it. And if you're acting like that, you got to perform. He was as slow in that fight as he was walking in. Just not a great fight, and I will be betting against Johnson moving forward. Hopefully some of you hear that and tail along, make some money. I think he does lose his next fight for sure. Cody Brundage could have won that split decision. He even thought he won. But Daniel Cormier on the mic, he's like, no, he didn't win. Cody came up to me and he's like, did I win? And then Daniel Cormier said he just looked away like, no, I didn't hear anything. Yeah. I would too. I thought Cody honestly lost, but you would have liked to see him win. He's just a gatekeeper. Not even a gatekeeper. He's 11-9, and God damn it, he might have to go. He might have to go. And what I asked about before I switch to this slide is the BMF belt. I don't know if the BMF belt was ever worth bringing back. It's pretty OG. And the original fighters were Nate Diaz, Jorge Masvidal. It's hard to be a BMF just like them. They are the real BMFs. Maybe Max Holloway could fit the part now that he's not the BMF. Charles Dubronx, former UFC champion, is the BMF. It doesn't make sense for Charles to have the belt. He got it, but to defend it, it doesn't really make sense. I think Charles is more likely to fight for gold again, and we got to get rid of this BMF belt. There's not a lot of BMFs in the UFC right now. Not like Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal back in the day. If Max would have won, because Max will never see UFC gold again, he's more further away from that. I think Max could defend the belt and make it entertaining. But will Charles want to do that? I don't think so. He's more likely to fight for a championship rather than defend this BMF belt. So maybe just get rid of it. I might do a video on that, find some more information to talk about. I'm just not sure about this BMF belt anymore. Now, the next opponent for the former BMF, Max Holloway, should be Dan Hooker. Shut this guy up. Calling people fags and weird comments all the time. He's the real one that needs hushed up. We've all heard about what Dan Hooker's been doing. His girlfriend leaked him. Let's get Max Holloway to beat his ass. These are former 145ers now at 155. I would love to see Dan Hooker, Max Holloway. They've never fought before. I was looking through it. I was like, how did they never fight before? They were both at featherweight. They both fought at lightweight. Let's make it happen. Dan Hooker needs shut up, in my opinion. Shut him up. Even BSD and the old BMF. That'd be a good fight. Benoit Saint-Denis might be able to take him down like Charles Oliveira, though. And it would be like a changing of the guard fight with BSD. I'd probably lean BSD in that one. Rather, another fight, I would be all over Max Holloway against Dan Hooker. Two good fights I could see Max Holloway fighting next. Every forecast report, I am going to try to predict the next opponent for the loser in the main event. Drop a live chat comment. If you see a different matchup, I would love to hear it. I just feel like Dan Hooker and BSD would be good opponents for Max Holloway after that fight with Charles Bronx Oliveira. We got the new BMF Prop Fiends live each and every event. Thanks for staying forecasted. We talked about a few fights on the card. A couple more was Alberto Montez. That was a lock of the week. Great fight versus Pretty Ricky. He got the submission win. He was off Dana White's Contender Series. This is a prospect I don't want to go without talking about. Great performance from him. Another new fighter who lost off Dana's Contender Series. This was his debut fight in the UFC. Rafael Tobias. Really not the best performance. Takedowns weren't great. Striking wasn't great. And Dayar Nurgazai was there the whole fight trying his hardest. And it looked like he was just trying, moving forward more than Rafael Tobias. Tobias is new to the UFC. He can make improvements. So let's see what he does after that. Really pickup of a fight in his UFC debut. Dayar Nurgazai really not spectacular. So moving forward, I'd probably look at fading him, to be honest. Now, another couple fights. Cody Durden and Jesus Aguilar, two guys that really can't get the takedowns. Cody Durden specifically was panic wrestling in this fight, and it wasn't doing him any fucking good. Maybe he was making it close at times, but he was really getting beat up in this one. Takedowns weren't looking great. And let's pull up his accuracy on takedowns. 3 for 8, 4 minutes control. But then Tumen Dembril had 4 for 4 on takedowns with 7 minutes control. Kid was accurate on the feet too. And back and forth submission attempts in this one. Even Jesus Aguilar had a lot of submission attempts. We're not saying he had any, but that's what he was going for. Unaccurate on the feet, he was. Looping shots, Jesus Aguilar. He didn't even look UFC caliber in this fight. Can't believe I picked him to win. 1 for 5 on takedowns. Terrible. Looping shots on the feet. His striking was not good, and it was not going to set up any takedowns in that fight. I'll tell you that for sure. Now, a lot of these other fights, banger fights, we talked about Bruno Fida getting knocked out round 1. Drew Dober got the knockout round 2. Rosas Jr. decision, Kyle Bahio decision, which was my main card prop, live on Prop Fiends each and every event. AJ MMA had RoboCop KO. He went against me. That was on Prop Fiends. So if you don't like Fight Fiends picks, listen to AJ, Prelim Tim. They're here every Friday usually on the Prop Fiends show. They went against me on a couple picks. Credit to them. They got it done this week. And become a forecaster, stay forecasted. More content coming out this week. I already got the fucking UFC Vegas 114 picks out. Posted that as soon as Max Holloway lost. It didn't matter to me. Good week, bad week. If I won money, lost money, I had that video out as soon as the BMF belt was passed on to Charles Oliveira. Unknowingly, that was going to happen. So motivation is going to stay the same, win, lose, or draw. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it entertaining. It's electric here at the Fight Fiend Forecast, and that's how it's going to stay. Please stay forecasted. Much appreciated. We out. Woo! That White House card, holy shit.